Hello, everyone. Happy. God, what is it? Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? What day is it? It's Wednesday. Oh my God. It's been quite busy. Quite busy. I am going to take another stab at weather magic. That's what we're gonna focus on today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something else too. We may try to get a secondary setup going. That way I can have a server and a client at the same time. We may work on the system that saves the buffs when you log out and log back in. There's a couple things on our plate. Hey, Oasis. Let's hop in. So, weather magic. Weather magic. This was originally going to be a ritual. I still like the idea of it being a ritual. So we will, I guess I have to, It'd be kind of a waste to come up with like a sigil when I'm not even sure if I can manipulate the weather. I think I was close before, then I just stopped. So we'll have to see where I left off. Ah, the old test world. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. So this would have been in my world magic system, probably pretty far down. I think I threw weather. It was like at the bottom. Let's see. That's rift size. It's transmutation stuff. Consuming blocks. Okay, here we go. Lightning strike, summon lightning strike, and apply weather storm. Apply weather reset. Sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar. I feel like weather shouldn't be changeable with a flick of the wand. A ritual sounds fine. Thanks. Hey, Nanotech. Yeah, I think so too. I think if you're manipulating the weather in your area, it should have a presence in the world. It shouldn't just be a little spell that you do. And this is actually nice. I want to bring this system online because to summon my boss monsters, I want certain criteria to be met. So for instance, it needs to be raining if you are going to summon the water boss, right? It's got to be raining for that ritual to work, that ritual of summoning. It will need to be, it needs to be like a thunderstorm, you know, for instance, for you to get lightning, right? To get wind, maybe, or maybe, you know, to get like the wind elemental, maybe you need a certain elevation, right? To get, you know, nature, maybe there needs to be a certain amount of shrubbery around, you know, just things like that. Things like that. But this is something I wanted to do. I think the weather system in this game's pretty neat. So to have it to where you could do a ritual that either stops the rain within your area or starts like a thunderstorm within your area, I think that's pretty cool. But we'll see how easy it even is to do. So if this is going to be a ritual, I could probably, okay, so I will make a sigil. I'm gonna lean into this pretty hard. I'm gonna lean into it. We're gonna make a dedicated sigil. Now I guess the question is, what rituals should we make? Let me take a look at my methods here. World magic. Let's go further down. So this resets the weather. And then this will change the weather to be whatever it should be. So we have no event, a light thunderstorm, heavy thunderstorm, small hail, large hail. I don't think I ever want to give you the ability to have like hail. Maybe light thunderstorm to heavy thunderstorm. So really, this is going to be like a summon, like a Ritual of Storm, or maybe a Ritual of like Cloudbreaker to like clear up a storm. I think those are going to be our only two options. Since we're talking about new magics, any thought on damage over time magic, or like auras that maybe buff, debuff enemies nearby, etc.? Well, yeah, all that stuff's on the plate too. I have other spells that I need to complete before adding more spells, and I'll get to them. They're on the list of things to do. I need to do all the Void Pulse and all of those attack spells. I gotta come up with something unique for Cataclysm. And I think... I don't know... Where's my text document? Here it is. I don't know if there was really any other things. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up my spreadsheet, because I think there were a couple more spells that were work in progress. I just don't remember what they are. Oh, Projected Return is another work in progress one. That one's probably going to take a little elbow grease to do. I've been putting that one off. Where's my spreadsheet? There it is. Boop. All right, so Conjuration. See, I think Conjuration is pretty much complete, except for that Projected Return. Incantation. Yeah, that one's pretty complete. Alteration. Healing Surge. I gotta make something for Healing Surge. I'm not sure what I want Healing Surge to be. I'm not really sure. Because Regeneration is kind of like an AoE heal as it is. So I may have jumped the shark with Healing Surge. Like, I'm not sure what I'm going to turn that one into. That's not just super redundant. And yeah, at this point it is the, you know, the Rust Field, all of these Inferno, stuff like that, and then Cataclysm. So once those spells are done, yeah, I'm going to be looking into other stuff. I'm also trying to iron out, I think, the channel-based system or any kind of damage over time. This whole idea of, like, the client and the server going out of sync a little bit when they both should be agreeing on things, that's gonna be a problem. So I'm not exactly sure if I want to put forth a lot of time when I'm not even sure that the game will be able to run a spell like that without issues, right? I don't want to put something in and be like, hey, it's a channeling spell, drain life. And then I get people, well, sometimes it double hits, sometimes it hits once, it seems to jump all over. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my fault at that point. It's the fact that, you know, the game's handling UDP packets, and guess what? Your cup may not be big enough to catch all that stuff, you know? Like, it's... I don't want more problems, but I really have to consider that and do some testing. But I'm gonna... A big change that I'm gonna be that I think I actually have done right now is configs for every spell. So you will be able to fine tune all the attributes for all the spells in its own separate config. You know, weather magic. I want to make mining magic, I guess you could say too. You know, things like maybe summon like a temporary prospector pick, a dig spell, you know, actual like excavation type spells, rituals that, like the original ritual where I wanted like upheaval, so you could take a chunk of the world and like create a floating island, or you can create a cave. You know, things like that, like add some of those ideas in. But for now, we'll minimize that. Let's make a couple sigils. You know what I think I'm gonna do with the ritual? This is going to be the first ritual that I think I will have it. How do I want to do this? Does it make sense to have two separate sigils? One for like making it rain, one for clearing the weather, or should it be one? I'm thinking it should be two, to make it easier for people to understand. Instead of having one and being like, if you throw a different reagent in, right? Because now I got to explain that in an essay format. Yeah, I got the regen. Hey, Juno. A regeneration as a heal over time, maybe? VS all at once. Well, I mean, regeneration is already a heal over time. That's the spell regeneration. It's a heal over time in like an area, right? So like, what would healing surge do? Flash heal becomes really good. If you're an alteration mage and you have flash heal, like, you know, version 3, that's a strong heal. And then regeneration is a really strong heal too. So it's like, well, you know, what should I don't know. It's like, well, what should I do with that? Conjure floating islands. Yeah. It's on the to-do list. I want to do it. One sigil and changing the torches makes other weather. Other weather. I guess I could see that. But then I would have to have 3 different types of storms, right? 3 different types of weather events. That's a tough one. So clear, neutral, storm, dark. Yeah, see, you stopped short there. You stopped short because it needs to be 3 semi-even kind of things. Honestly, feel the easier for the player to do 2 sigils. It's not like it costs more for the other players than the Eldrathnium sigil. That's true, right? That's true. A lot of people still get confused on the Ritual of Corruption and Purification to get the essence generators there. I still get people saying like, I don't know what to do with this. It's, you know, because it's like the only like there are 2 rituals that are just different. And those are the 2 different ones. Yeah, so I was thinking like light could be clear, neutral, storm. Maybe healing surge makes all healing sources more powerful. So like healing surge would be a buff for your heal. I mean, you already have buffs in the form of like the alteration modifier, and the intellect buff will actually increase the healing stat too. So if you have intellect on yourself too, it's a good idea. Definitely a good idea. But I know there's a right answer. I just don't know what it is for now. I hope we get the spell Erase Existence soon. Past it and the game server crashes. Come on, Oasis. That was the version 1 version of all the spells in this mod. Mass destruction. Call it Ragnarok. Do not cast. And it just does a server shutdown. Light, clear, neutral, storm, dark, temp storm. Temp storms are not weather, Lord Noob. That's not part of the weather system. I would prefer to keep it all together. I also don't want you can't really have temporal storms. Like I could set up a spell for it. People are not going to want it because that is a server-wide event. Like when you're going to be changing weather, it's localized weather. So it's going to be within your region area. So just because you have it rain over here, someone, you know, a couple hundred blocks over there will not experience your weather, right? Temporal storm, that's just, I can already tell people would be like, server owners would be like, can we disable that? How do I disable that? Because a lot of people disable temporal storms. Toggle weather feels like it'd be ripe for someone doing the ritual 1 second after it stops raining. Causing it to rain again. Yeah, sure. I mean, people will be able to do that, but it is going to cost them resources. And a lot of people still complain that they don't get a lot of resources. I don't know how. When I play, I seem to have a lot of resources. Well, not like an overabundance, but enough to do things. I'm never sitting there like, oh man, I'm, you know, I need I don't have like anything that I need. There's always something for me to like work on, the way these systems are. Make it so that the healing will affect you and your target when you have the buff as well. Well, that would only affect flash heal then. I'm making a spell that enhances flash heal at that point. Yeah, I know. It was a joke. Oh, I gotcha. What about dispelling temp storms only? I don't know if that'd be possible. I mean, technically it is possible to turn off a temporal storm. I don't want to do that. If anything, I have ideas to embrace temporal storms with magic. Like, I like the idea of having like wild magic and you needing to do certain things in temporal storms to get certain powerful things. I like that idea. I wouldn't want you to skip a temporal storm. What that also means is all the server owners who have temporal storms disabled would be disabling something that is potentially really, really good for mages. Wild magic. Oh no, man, trying to turn off the rain and accidentally turning it back on, it being separate. Oh, you're talking about like a toggle switch. Yeah, I think the best thing to do, because really you have clear weather, rain, thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, so that's, you know, that's different. And then you have like small hail and like large hailstorms. The hailstorms I do not want you to have the ability to make, mainly because I think hail can damage like things. Like it could be used for griefing. You know, because I can cast this ritual in your yard, in your barn, because I'm pretty sure it hurts animals. And if they're not shielded, right, if they're just like open air, you know, things, like me as a douchebag can come up and just constantly make it hail at your house, killing all your livestock. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that kind of stuff. Thunderstorm, sure. Regular rain, okay. But there's really not a big difference between the two. If I had to choose between them, I would rather trigger a thunderstorm for rain. I would prefer that. Although maybe I could have one sigil and I can have light, like I could embrace the torches. I can have light mana torches, make it clear. Neutral maybe makes it rain, dark makes it thunderstorm. That's actually a good idea. Because if I can detect the weather, and I can have it to where, like, yeah, you want to summon the lightning elemental boss, do the thunderstorm one, right? You want to summon the water elemental boss, do the you know, regular rain. I think that'd be pretty cool. What do we think? Is that the winner? Oh wait, what about weather core? Needs to be filled with a weather absorption ritual. After that, this core could be used to get weather in the summon ritual thrown in the core. That's a little too complex, I think, for what, like, because weather's not playing a huge role. I think it's just a cool feature to be able to manipulate. And that would be a lot more work. That's like creating the Rift Weaver system, but for weather. Like, it's, you know, if anything, I'd want to make stuff like that would manipulate temporal storms and that kind of weather. Yeah, temporal storm magic, let's go. By the way, what are those particles circling around? Oh, you're talking about these? Those are my debug particles. I'm trying to come up with neat ways to have like ritual effects and stuff. So this is kind of like what I was testing. So whenever one of my magic debug blocks goes down, it will generate that ring pattern because I just haven't turned it off. I kind of like it. And this is actually the area of the new spells to make, like the Rift Ward and you know, the ritual of healing and stuff like that. Your wild magic idea only usable in certain world situations, like the temporal storm stuff like that, sounds really cool. Yeah, right? I think it'd be pretty cool. I agree, modifying temp storms is too much. People who want temp storms are getting too much out of it, in my opinion. And the people who don't want temp storms are now being subjected to them by people farming temp storm mobs. Yeah, that one's a tricky one. That is definitely a tricky. I don't think I want you to have the ability to manipulate that. By the way, to add this whole weather control idea, if we can control weather, more mechanics could tie into what weather there is currently for summoning. Well, yeah, that's what I had mentioned. Right now, we don't have the ability to create worlds, like other worlds. You know, like in Minecraft, right? There's no Nether in this one. There's no end. We can't create mining worlds. The dimension system is not there yet. Probably in the future it will be, but until we have something like that, I can't do any of the big boss fights where, like, I teleport you to a ring, like an arena, destruction of blocks, right? Explosions, all that fun stuff. I can't do that, and I'm not going to do it in people's overworlds because, you know, it's a pretty big dick move to do, right? But yeah, I do like the idea of, but that would be like the max that you would really control weather, right? Like it would be more like for other mods where it's like, oh, if it rains, you know, like this will be the ability to manipulate that. So what I'm thinking is we can come into here. Would it be a spell, or would it be a generic ritual? Ooh, this is a good one. So I have different versions of rituals. There are minor rituals, which are, you know, the creation, destruction, balance rituals. There are regular rituals that kind of, you know, like create your rifts and stuff like that. And then there are spell rituals, like that do the ritual of warding, the ritual of grace to heal, the ritual that infuses your grimoire into other elements. So what would weather manipulation be considered? Would it be a spell ritual, or would it be a regular ritual? Maybe a regular ritual. So it could be a ritual of... Ooh, what? Oh. Yeah, what name? This is what's going to cripple me. It's not the weather code. It's coming up with a localized, like not a localized, but like a registry name for this. Let me see here. Let me see here. I could do Storm Song. I could do like Ritual of the Storm Song. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, Vice. All right. I'll let you know if I manage to do something with dimensions. I'm kind of eyeing that feature as well. I just have other things on my plate right now. Well, Nanotech, I did talk with the Dilly about this, because I asked him, like, hey man, like I want to pursue dimensions. You know, is this something I should do? And he told me no. It's not something. It's not built for what we would be trying to use it for. You know, as in creating like an alternate worlds and stuff, world gen, things like that. So I would focus on your other projects for now, because it's not there yet. Trust, if you want, like if I find out that, you know, it's good to go and it's been given the VS stamp of approval, I'm right there with you. I want to create new worlds. I want to create my own like magic hellscape. I want to create that stuff. Like that'd be so cool. Oh, disappointing. Yeah, it is, but at least it's on their list of things to do, which is cool. Definitely cool. All right. So, Ritual of the Storm Song. I don't want the in there. The Ritual of Storm Song. Maybe that's good. All right, so we got that. I got to add a couple things here. Copy, paste. I'm gonna have to create just a temporary multi-block structure for it. You know, it is going to be a spell. You know what? It's not. I keep going back and forth. I think it's just gonna be a ritual. Storm Song Ritual might also sound nice. It may, but that is not the theme of every other ritual. I got some mild OCDs, so the fact that every other ritual is ritual of and the name, it's going to stay in the same format. So this ritual of, and I could do the Storm Song or ritual of Storm Song. So it's one of those things. One of those things. Enchanted Stone. Okay, we're gonna have to create a couple of things here. I'm gonna have to shut down the game. We are. Let's see. I need to make a. Not a recipe, not a shader, a shape. I need to make a shape, block, sigil. For now, we will copy this one just because. There's going to be Ritual of Storm Song. There we go. Just so it's not like, you know, null. So it has some kind of model it's gonna try to load. We won't have any localization or anything yet, but at least it's a block that I can attach the ritual behavior to. Also, just to clarify, dimensions are something in the VS pipeline. So far, yes. It's that is what I have heard. Yes. It's just it's in its infancy right now. For good reason. I think for now they are focusing on optimization, which is definitely something that we need. I saw that today. I saw that we were back into like we have the .11 release candidate, and I'm like, oh man. I hate release candidates, but it's actually this update I actually like because it's focusing on multiplayer server connections. So they're focusing on letting more people play with less lag in a server, and I am all for that. Like that's something that this game desperately needs to like fix before the next big content update, right? Because we had all those people for 1.20. We had all these new people coming in, hundreds of people seeing the game, and unfortunately, you know, those kind of streamers, they have like, you know, a lot of people that want to play with them. It's not Minecraft, right? Like it hasn't had like years and years and years and years of optimization and code cleanup, and right. So we don't have Optifine and, you know, all these things. So if they focus on that, like, I'm happy. Absolutely something that needs to be focused on before Dimensions. Yeah, I understand the priority. I understand. Let me get rid of some of these spells here. Actually, I want to keep all those spells. I don't need that summon object spell. I already have swiftness. All right. And good. All right, let's pull out the new item. We should have two versions of this item. There we go. So, Enchanted Stone, Ritual of Storm Song. Unlocalized, dirty. Ooh. For the Ritual of Storm Song, I could reuse this pattern right here. This could be the pattern, or at least the start of the pattern. I may have to like give it a little flair, just a little something more. I hate it. Because I'm gonna have to come up with a, you know what, let's go into my creative world. I may have a couple patterns that I haven't used yet. I'm glad that they're putting so much focus on keeping the code at least somewhat sane and keeping it optimized. But playing essentially from the start, man, did it not run well back then? Oh, really? Yeah, I'm glad that they switched to the UDP. I knew when they were going to do that, though. I'm like, this is going to be a really buggy release. You know, just the nature of the code, right? Like, there are some parts of your code you don't realize that really needed that two-way handshake of data, right? You know, like some things need to agree. What is this? Ritual of Containment. So that is the, this one's the Ritual of Summoning. Ritual of Soul Harvest. You know what? I think I reused some of these patterns. I think these are the new patterns. So what was this one? This was going to be the Ritual of Recall, and then this one's the Ritual of Grace, because I made it look like a plus sign. See, then this is the difference. So I have the 3 classifications, right? So these are minor rituals. They're small, compact, pretty easy to do. And then you have regular rituals, which, you know, take up the, what is this? It's like a 7x7 area, right? And then you have the bigger rituals, the spell rituals. And those take up, I think it's like 9x9, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 9x9 area. I'm thinking it should be a spell ritual. Like, I think I want a little more room here. And I could, let me see, let me look one more time at the other ideas that I had. So we have the Ritual of Summoning, the Ritual of Recall, Ritual of Containment, the Ritual of Grace, Ritual of Warding. So I don't think I have a spare pattern. For now, I won't worry about it, but it's something that I'm gonna have to sit there and figure out, like, what the pattern should be. I think that's that. I think this one's Containment. No, that one's Recall, this one's Containment, and then that one is the Warding. Alright, so I guess I don't have anything just, like, stored away, which is unfortunate. Alright. My test world. Alright, back into this test world. Looking at a forest would cause the average player to drop like a quarter of their frames. Man, when I first had my mod out there, oh my god, I wasn't even doing like too much, and it just, like, it would lag people out pretty bad. I'm like, I'm just doing, like, every 1 second I'm doing a check for, like, your armor. You know, and that was enough to, like, wreck you. Alright, let's put down this ritual. Let's get an area here. There we go. We'll do this. Bam. For now, I'm not even going to have anything to complete this ritual. It's just going to require this. Let's go into World Magic. I'm going to have to do a pattern check for this. So for now, this is going to be called Ritual World Magic. There. Check for Ritual of... I think I like the in there. Ritual of the Storm Song. Just like the Ritual of the Rust. Like, the Ritual of Rust would have probably worked. Just like Ritual of Storm Song would probably work. I think the in there is going to make it, I don't know, make it sound a little bit better. I could be wrong. Alright, so for now, this is just a placeholder. I'll have to fill it in with an actual pattern. I'll just return true. We'll return true for now. And then we are going to minimize some of this stuff. We're going to go into spell rituals. I will do the Ritual of Grace right here. We're going to create some space. I'm going to paste that in. And this is going to be Trigger Ritual of the Storm Song. Copy this. And then right here, we want to run that pattern checker. Why is this not working? Why is this not seen? Let's scroll back up. Oh, I forgot to put the 1 there. There we go. All right, we're going to save that. All right, just stop then. What do you want from me? Oh, I forgot to do run pattern check for Ritual of the Storm Song. There we go. We're going to consume everything because I want it to run just like a ritual normally would. That consumes the item. Okay, so down here, I'm going to want to say this dot apply weather storm. And I'm going to have to put in the positions. So for that, I can do this dot. Oh, you know, not this. I just need position in. And then I need to tell it the weather event. And I believe I have those recorded here. So let's do, let's try heavy thunderstorm. There it is. All right. Right there. Is there anything else that I needed to do? So that is the spell effect. So I think this whole thing, I don't need any of this. That is the heal from the Ritual of Grace. I do not want this to heal you. There we go. I'll comment that out as well. We'll minimize that for now. So I just want to try to make it rain. All right, we need to go into the transmutation spell projectile. Spell projectile transmutation. Here we go. Scroll down. All right, world magic arrays. So that's the minor ritual. So I might as well copy Ritual of Grace, since I've copied it before already. Here we go. So this is going to be a spell Ritual of the Storm Song. Or, you know, it's not the in here. That's just a spell Ritual of Storm Song. Spell Ritual of Storm Song. I'm fixing it in here. I decided I think I want it to be a spell version because it's gonna. I want a little more space to create it. So I got that. I just need to change the shape, and we'll just put spell right there. Spell Ritual of Storm Song. Perfect. Let's build, hop back in, and we need to modify the triggers. So basically, I don't want it to pattern check anything. It just needs to see the block and then try to run the ritual and try to trigger the effect. That's all we want. And then if I can confirm it's working, then I can come up with a little 10 pixel icon for the sigil, right? I can find out where you put the runes down in your mana torches and your mage candles and things like that. gonna say, why is this? Oh, that was the old version here. We gotta pull it back out. This is the new one. I didn't save, did I? I did not save at all. There we go. We'll put it right there. So, spell Ritual of Stormsong. Transmutation. So it's going to see the block name, spell Ritual of Stormsong. We are going to look for specific mana bits here. Ritual of the... I don't like what I'm doing right now. I won't have the in here. I'm kind of all over the place with it, with the name. There we go. Keep it all together. Game's gonna be upset. Oh, I forgot to save and quit. I'm gonna have to pull that back out again. After I fix this, trigger Ritual of Stormsong. There we go. Save. I think that's all I need. I need to put rustic mana torches around it, and then there should be no other pattern checks for it. Alright, let's hop back in. Alright, so we'll put it down, put 4 rustic mana torches around it, cast Transmutation. It will require a primordial fragment. I'm not sure how many. 2. It will require 2 primordial fragments. What do I have to drink around here? Oh, an almost empty soda can. Ah, it was flat. No. Okay, I can just put this down. Let's get some rustic mana torches. I'm so glad I went through and, like, cleaned up this code so I could easily whip out rituals. Thank you, Past Vice. Where's my primordial fragments? There we go. 64. 1, 2. Alright, let's get Transmutation. I don't think that did anything. Let's see here. Okay, what is this? That's the area. I'm trying to find the reagents. We go into this pattern checker. It should return true. Okay, so let's go back into here. Let's run this and make sure that I got to here. And I'll put something in here. I'll just make this like 2. I don't care what it says. I just need to see it come up. Okay. Let's try that again. It did not get into this at all. Which means let's look over here. So spell Ritual of Stormsong. Let me make sure I spelt that right. Hold on. Hold my beer. We're gonna copy this. I'm terrible with that stuff. Paste. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let's comment this out. I think you need to have runes down first. There's a rune check, which would have failed because we have no magic runes. Okay, now let's see. Holy shit! No way! I was that close to getting this in the game, and I just stopped and walked away from it? Dude. Alright. Let's Let's see if we can reset this now. That rain is loud. Holy crap. We don't need it that loud. that was a very pleasant surprise. Okay. Let's see. It did trigger both of these as true. So I can delete this one out altogether. Comment that one back out. Now the important thing, if I put, I think it's no event, right? Yeah, it's no event. So if I do, I'm just gonna copy and paste that. That way I have a copy of rain. I'll have to keep flip-flopping. No event. All right, let's throw out 1, 2. Keep this ritual as it is. Oh, transmutation, got it. Well, the rain did not stop. Let's see. Rainfall in this area rare. So we can make it rain. We just cannot make it stop. Oh, duh. Wait a minute. This would be the one that I would want to do. Let's try that one more time. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. So this apply weather reset should kill the weather. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop, boop. Pounds broke. I am a weather god. You see that polar bear? Well, yeah. Take that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I kind of want to test out and see what was the other one, like large hail. I want to see large hail. Just because, for science. Look, it's snow. Right. Oh, hey, I think is that rain or is that regular? Just maybe thunderstorm. I thought hail was like the little clumps. It looks like rain to me. Maybe like higher up it becomes hail. Let's make it daytime. There we go. Okay. So that is hail. That's what I would have expected. Oh, you know what? Hail's a thing. Yeah, it's a little different. Okay. Yeah, you're right, nanotech. Hail is temperature dependent. I think your elevation has a lot to do with it too, which, you know, also temperature, right? Although now it's raining and I'm further up. Where'd my hail go? Oh, now it's snowing. All right. Enough screwing around. That's pretty cool. Now I wonder how long it lasts for. Is it one of those things where, like, I have to like set a tick listener to like turn it off. I don't know. There's a lot to learn here. So let me take another look here, right? So I send a broadcast packet. I do the precipitation override. I think one. So what that is, it's this. That is technically one. So, okay, I think I know what past Vice was doing. In order to make it rain, like I did the override so that it just wouldn't clear my weather right away. What if I do not push that override out? What if I set it to like 0? Because that's no override. And then I change the weather pattern for my region. Set the weather, stop, begin, start sending the weather pattern updates. So what if I could do this? Let's make it stop raining. So we will do this because you got to be able to make it stop, right? And it can't last forever. That's just bad programming at that point. That Vice guy, always lazy. I missed some things here. By the way, something I've been asking in my server and saw it brought up in the Discord as well. Are there plans for something to dispel magic? There's already something in to dispel magic. Well, not to dispel magic. I curved it back, but it could be manipulated as such. Make sure my rain is 0. So it is it's one of the magic, one of the magic things here. What is it called? It's not the stability stabilizer. Did I ever include this? I think we are missing a magic block, utility block. Yeah, you have the Botanical Matrix, the Magic Bridge, the Magic Ward, the Mana Stream Generator, and the Stability Stabilizer. I never turned that system into its own block. Huh. So I do have the programming in already and done to where you can place this block down, and then when you turn it on, it prevents anyone from casting spells within the radius of that area. I did also have it at one point to where it would strip off all of your buffs as well. But yeah, that is something that I could put in. So the work is done. I thought I had it in there. I thought I called it. You know what? I'm thinking about it now. I couldn't decide on a freaking name. And then I eventually lost track of it. I think that's what it was. Because it's the silence debuff that's already in. Wow. Wow. All right, well. Good. But yeah, that's I mean, that is something. And I think the reason why I think I did it on stream. And the reason why like I made the silence thing is because there were people that roleplay and they wanted it to where their shop area was a magic free zone. Right, so a mage can't come in and like threaten them with magic or anything because it's a nullifying like a nullifying magical field. So, yeah. Mention a day ago. Don't know if there's one currently. Not sure what that is. You mean like dispelling your own buffs? Like, say you cast Swiftness 3, and then you were like, oh, but I want to build, and now I'm stuck being a little too fast. So this is the way I handle Swiftness. This is the way I handle it, because that has come up a lot. And maybe I just don't know. Maybe it's me. I cast Swiftness 3, right? And if I sprint, I go really fast. If I walk, I go fast. But if I sneak, then I go at a decent speed to be able to do things. I still have Swiftness 3, I'm just crouching. So this is what I didn't understand. For those people who have an issue with like, oh, it's too fast and I need to do precision work and I'm all over the place, sneak. And there you go. Like, you don't have to remove your run speed buff, you just sneak. Now, things like Mark of the Zephyr, that one's weird because if you sneak, it lifts you up. That one, there's no good way. I'm telling everyone this now. The whole being able to like go up to your, you know, like up here with a little Xbox to just shut off that one particular spell, that is a hell of a long way off. That is more complex than you realize. It's because you need to do a lot of complex things to make sure you clean up every aspect of that spell. It's easier just to clean the whole dictionary than trying to parse through it to remove just that one thing you didn't want from a button click that dynamically shifts around. It's not an easy thing at all. So if you want to be like, oh, well, I just want to turn off that spell, and then, you know, and then keep all my others, that's a long way off. I can put something in that erases all of your buffs, something that you can maybe just right-click on and it clears your mind and dispels you of all that stuff. I could do that, if that would help people. I could put that in. But it's a long... I took a look at it. It's a long way off. It's not going to be an easy task. See, what I wanted to do was figure out the code to have it to where when you log out, it kept your buffs. Because if I could do that, I can reverse engineer how I do that and the packets and synchronization I have to do to then be able to compile another list to remove a particular buff. So that one's a long way off. Now, like I said, I can make a certain block. I can make a block that's like, you right-click on it, I don't know, it looks like an altar, I'll make it look like something, and then you could just like right-click on it, and it will clear you of all of your buffs. I could do that if that's what people want. Is that what, do people want that? You want a block that you could place down and remove all your buffs? Block 2. What am I doing writing it down like a loser? Yeah, let's pull this up here. We'll add it right in here. Create utility block that allows you to clear all of your buffs. Doesn't have to be a utility block. Oh, you know what? Could be the start of the null magic system. Could pair with the silent debuff in some way. There we go. And having you right click on it, I think is definitely a better solution as well. That way you don't accidentally walk into your friend's house and walk into their room and have all of your buffs stripped because you got too close, right? You got within range of this thing trying to peel your spells off. So I think if a situation where removing all buffs is too detrimental, just don't remove any buffs then. Yeah, well, it's true, right? Maybe, you know, at some point we need to be good custodians of our own magic buffs. Right? And I got like a couple more minutes here, so I just wanted to test this out. So the weather reset worked really well. So this is going to be my test. I'm going to see if the thunderstorm still happens now that I'm not forcing the weather to stay a certain way. I think the override is needed. Although I hear thunderstorms. Oh, you know what it is? I think the override, because rainfall is rare in this area. I think the override means that even though it's rare here, it's overriding it and making it, like, physically rain. Because thunderstorms are happening right now. That is the case. So I think what I can do... This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I can't really put a tick listener on. There's no way to like really back this out either. I'll need to look at this. I need to see like if I can attach something to the broadcast packet. Those are angry clouds. Definitely looks like a thunderstorm cloud. It's just not putting it down on you. Yeah, well, again, rainfall in this area, rare. If I went somewhere where it was like common, I would probably be seeing thunder. See, because it's thunderstorm. That was a lightning bolt. So we got thunderstorms right now. It's just this area and the wind too. The wind picked up. So technically this is right. I'll have to think about this. All right, let's find someone to raid. Perkuss is playing. We're gonna raid Perkuss. Raid Perkuss. All right, this was pretty good. I can tap into the weather system. It's gonna take some fine tuning because the optimum ideal here is that the override would hit for a certain amount of time, right? Give it like 5 minutes. It ticks out. 10 minutes max. I can make it configurable, and then after that time elapses, then it clears. Like it does a reset, right? Because I'm pretty sure this right here doesn't just go back to default. See, it is technically raining if I do the override, and then that means that no matter where you go, there's no weather. So I would have to just look into that. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.